So we moved into this house in about June 2020 and everything was fine for about the first 6 months. Then I started to hear sounds through the hallway every night. The dog started to pick up on something as well and would growl under the door at the hallway, and I would keep seeing shadows. And at first I thought it was my stepson. I would say, "What are you doing? Go to bed. Why are you walking through the hallway?" And he'd never answer me. It became so clear that there was definitely someone there, and sometimes I would run at the door to see why he was standing there. And I'd turn on the light in the hallway and it was empty. I even went to his room a few times and opened his door and saw that he was in his bed asleep, and he'd say, "Why are you waking me up?" As things went on further and further, it got clearer and clearer who was at the door. It was obviously not my stepson. It looked to be someone significantly shorter, and I never said anything for the first 6 months at all. And then one day my partner comes up to me and she said, "There's something weird going on in this house. Something really strange." I said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "Someone was pulling my hair last night in the bed and pulled my ankles and ripped me out of the bed." And I rolled my eyes a bit and she said, "What do you know?" And I said, "I've got something to tell you." So I told her what I'd been seeing, and that I'd been seeing a woman at the door. And she noted, because it was about summertime by then, around December, January, that when she'd slept out here on a mattress one night with the aircon going, that she thought our stepson as well had come up to the door, and she'd said to him, "What are you doing up?" And she said it didn't look like him. Then she remembered he wasn't here. She'd been seeing shadows for a while around the house. We tried to rule out everything we could. She even got a diabetes test, because I know that diabetes can make you see shadows. I was full skeptic. I tried to rule out every possible scenario outside of the paranormal. As it went on and that woman at the door became clearer, I would notice her hand reaching to open the door, and she would hover there for ages. I would sit on this couch and look at her, and she would just hover at the door. Anytime I approached the door, she would walk away.
This battery's just gone from 3 to 0. Good.
And I went across the road to the woman that lived directly opposite, and I asked her, "Does she know anything about the woman that lived here?" Grey haired with a bit of a perm, short hair, wearing a pink nightie, about 5'4". The woman across the road said Gwen Boyle, who used to live in this house, was about 5'4". She had a grey perm and she used to get around in her pink nightie as she got older before she died.
Gwen, we've heard that you sometimes come to that door there, the glass door, and you come in a pink nightie. We've got a nice new pink nightie for you there. Are you able to come and see us again? If I close the door, would that help? Would that help you? Make it easier? For yes, can you knock once? For no, can you knock twice? Is it easier if we close the sliding door for you? Well, I'll come and close it. Maybe you feel more comfortable that way. There's a little red dot there. If you do come close, we will know you were there. Okay? Okay, can you make yourself known, please, Gwen? Can you please come to the glass door like you have before? You're allowed to come and communicate with us. Okay, was that you knocking? Alright, if there's any other spirits here with us, can you please knock? Can you make the baby rocker move again? Can you swing it like you did before? Alright, we'll try another way. See these two rods here? They're there for you to communicate with us as well. So for yes, you can cross them over, and for no, you can open them. So, if there's any spirits here in this house with us at this point in time, could you please cross the rods? Pull up a chair like you did last time from the kitchen and let's have a chat.
We've had furniture move around in the kitchen a lot, things like that, just dining chairs. I will put them all back and then I'll sit down here and then I'll hear dragging furniture. I'll walk back into the kitchen and there's randomly a chair in the middle of the kitchen.
Are these natural noises I'm hearing? No? Is someone walking in here? Alright, what I'll do is I'll roll this. Right, it's right under there. If you were here, can you roll that back to me, please? Maymay, if you're here, would you like to play with that ball? Can you roll it back to us, please?
So our little one started off originally, he would say Maymay, Maymay. And we said, who's Maymay? And he was, I don't know, 18 months old at the time. And he said, Maymay come, Maymay come. And he would be on his baby monitor talking, which is not out of the ordinary for kids to just talk to themselves, especially at that age when they're in bed.
If you were someone who was buried on this property near the laundry, if you were buried here, can you please roll that ball from under the TV unit? Behind the back door.
So originally this land was on an estate of a property called Grandview, and that was in the late 1800s. And the owner of that estate's son built a house, or had a house next door where he lived, and next door to his house directly, which is this block, was his home tip, and on the other side of the tip was their family burial space.
So let's do this. We're not happy about the activity in the baby's room. We're not happy about you going into their bedroom and touching them. We're not happy about the bruises on their bodies. We're not happy about the baby not sleeping. So you're going to stop doing all this, aren't you? We've seen evidence. We know you've done it. Mm-hmm.
When I'm in the shower, they stand outside the shower. They just watch. You open the shower door, they don't disappear in an instant. They just kind of leave. I asked her to leave. I said, you're scaring us, and I felt a big gust of wind go past me, and I thought, she's gone. That's it. And nothing happened for ages after that. Nothing happened for a long time. Maybe about another 6 months, to be honest. And I thought that was great. About just over 2 years old at that point, and he was talking about Maymay again all of a sudden, and he talked about the people in his room. And I said, what people? And he said, the people come. And he pointed to his mirror in his room and he said, the people come. And I thought, oh no, this crap again. Because she's getting bruises all over her legs. She's covered in bruises, arms and legs. I've been thrown, shoved into my chest of drawers. I was sitting directly there on the opposite side of the coffee table once, and physics can't explain this. A candle from that thing there flew off and hit me in the head. Wind cannot throw a heavy candle from there to there, directly at someone's head. And I've had that happen. I've had multiple things thrown at me. Had her hair pulled one night up to me and said that I must have woken her last night. And I said, what are you talking about? She goes, oh, when you cuddled me in bed, why didn't you stay in the bed? You went back to the lounge room. I said, I haven't been to bed yet. No, she said, no, you came into bed and you were spooning me. You had your arm around me. I was holding your hand. I said, I've been in the lounge room watching TV for the last 4 hours. And that was when she said, we really need to call someone.
So the person or entity that scared the baby by slamming the bed and waking him up, come forward. Move these rods. Take responsibility for what you did.
It's just gone ice cold on my legs.
Okay. Leave Kerry alone. Come on in. Move the rods. Or are you scared now? You cannot be scared. You don't like to be questioned, you don't like to be watched, but you do it to this family. Come on, touch that ball and roll it out. The little girl. Can you please grab that little ball and throw it out to me? Okay, I can hear that noise. I hope it's you. Can you please roll that ball back to me so the pretty lights light up? If there's anyone in that hallway behind the glass sliding door, do you want to tap on the glass? Could you please do that for me? Right, I'm going to use a device. And what this device does, it gives you the opportunity to use its energy and use words to talk. Okay? So I'm going to ask you some questions and I'm hoping that you can respond in that. Okay? This is very interesting. That's okay. Can you tell us your name? Peter. Peter, did you live on this property? What's the name of the little old lady in the pink nightgown? What's her name? Okay, we're not understanding what you're saying. So do you want to slow down? Is Maymay here? Okay, try it again. How many fingers am I holding up? Did something happen in April? Why are you bothering this family? What's this person's name sitting right next to me on my left? Where's the little girl? Gwen, it would be great if you would come through. Just to let us know that, you know, were you here to protect or have you crossed over? If there's people here that need help crossing over, please cross the rods so we can do that for you. Sounded like the laundry.
So our little one started off originally, he would say Maymay, Maymay. And we said, who's Maymay? And he was, I don't know, 18 months old at the time. And he said, Maymay come, Maymay come. And he would be on his baby monitor talking, which is not out of the ordinary for kids to just talk to themselves, especially at that age when they're in bed. But he would be specifically talking to someone. He would be playing peekaboo, which we had never played with him. He kept telling us that people come. He would be more and more exhausted every day, to the point where he's always black under the eyes completely now. It looks like he's never slept. He's worn down. He's playing games we never taught him. He was playing hide and seek one morning. I went into his bedroom and he was yelling out, ready or not, here I come, counting all the way to 10. Haven't seen a lot of our family and spent time with them alone. So no one's taught him that game, among other games that he's taught. and he plays that game alone in his room all the time. We catch it on the baby monitor. We saw something in his room, and at first we thought it was dust, and it flies down on the baby monitor towards his bed, and it smacks his bed really, really hard.
Wow.
Where he sits up out of bed like that all of a sudden and starts screaming his head off. You can see something smack his bed, physically touches it, and frightens him beyond belief. Almost every day he points to his wardrobe, to the mirror area, I'm not exactly sure where, and he says, "The people come." And he said, "The people come and make Mama happy. The people come make Daddy happy," he tells us. "They come and make us happy." Well, he said they're happy people. He's exhausted and worn down and tired, but he's convinced that they are happy people. I'm not so sure. So he's told us, when we asked about the people specifically, he said a little girl. Little girl plays with his toys, he said. And I've been in his room before, and if a kid's toy goes off, you can explain that as sometimes electronics glitch. When about 8 or 9 toys go off in a row, one after the other, when they haven't been touched in 9 hours, that's out of the ordinary.
Maymay, can you touch that? Don't be scared. It's not going to hurt you. I tell you what, if you touch that green light and you make it light up, you can keep the chocolate. It's all yours. But you have to touch that green light first. Come on, either touch the green light or you can touch one of the balls that'll light up, and that chocolate is all yours. Would that make you happy? If it would make you happy, then touch the green light, please. Are you sitting behind me? If you are, can you knock on the wall? Come on, you can touch it. I know you're there, I can hear it. It's okay.
When I tried to do a smudge stick in the laundry once, I kept having the smudge stick go out. So I used a butane torch and I got it red hot to the point where it was flaming red hot. I blew out the flame and it was just glowing. And I tried to go into the laundry and use the smudge stick and it went out cold. I touched it on my hand and it was ice cold. My face was bitter, and this isn't in winter. This is autumn, not that cold. My face was hurting. It was that freezing cold in the laundry. It was the only place in the house where it was that cold. There's this smell that goes with it, and as quickly as the smell comes, it disappears. It's like someone's thrown meat in your room a week ago, and it's just rotting old steak or something. And it's overpowering, and then it's all of a sudden it's gone.
Yeah, okay. I'll put the K2 up there. Alright. Whoa, you're there. Hello. It's telling us there's someone there. Okay, thank you for letting yourself be known. Can you come closer and make this sensor light here light up? Alright. I'm going to ask you a few questions. For yes, you make it light up once. For no, you light it up twice. Okay? So, are you the spirits that were buried here? Okay, you're trying to touch it. They are.
They are the spirits that are buried.
Okay. Thank you for letting us know. Is Gwen here? Gwen, are you here? Can you light it up once if it's a yes? The original owner who built his home on these lands, are you here? Are you buried under this ground? Is your body still here? Did they remove your body and put you in another resting place? Did they remove your body and put you in a new resting place? Are you still here? Are your bones still buried on this land? Is the little girl that's here that plays with Oscar, is she actually a little girl? Okay, try a bit harder. You've got to make it light up for you. Okay, thank you. She is a little girl. Thank you. Okay, so she's not demonic? Okay, let's try it again, because we did say that when we light it up, it's a yes. So is the little girl that's here demonic? Is her name Maymay? The little girl a good spirit? Okay, for validation, I'm going to ask again. Is the little girl demonic? Wow, they went right to red. Okay. Is that you doing it? The little girl? Is that you? Is that you touching that? Are you the one giving me a headache? Are you deliberately keeping her awake? But he's not yours. You can't do that anymore.